and can understand and build an understanding of you. This is called being on camera. And now let's say I do not have a camera, as you understand a camera, pointed towards you taking pictures of you. But by getting constant feedback from your mind, from what you're looking at and viewing, and from what you are thinking about saying, I can create a picture image of where you are, what you're doing, and what is about to happen. And this is how many intelligence agencies skirt the law. Let's say it's illegal for them to put a camera inside your home. Well, they do this, and they get all the information. There's no law saying maybe that they can't do this, maybe they can do this, because you do not have privacy. I've said that before, and that's a fact. Every day when you get out of the shower, you take the blow dryer and you blow dry yourself, you can pretty much assure that if anybody wants to, they can see you. And understand you're American and you have freedom and there are laws. It's bullshit. The technology has far exceeded that and has gone far beyond that a long time ago. You should live your life every day as if somebody's watching you always, all the time. Because potentially they are. And that is a fact, I promise you. I have no reason to lie, and I hate to be the one to break it to you. Now, I can't speak for all agencies. I can't speak for the FBI or the CIA or anybody who does have to abide by law and get a warrant and do things by the book, etc. They have ways to skirt around it, but you know, also they hire third-party contractors that are under no reasonable expectation to follow anything ever, fucking ever. And they stack those third-party agencies and civilian security corporations with their own people. They're retirees, take a comfy job there or whatever. They know everybody back at the FBI and the CIA. They share information, they do whatever. In return, they're never investigated for whatever it is the fuck they do to people. And that's fact. It's true. Think about it. It's not hard to imagine it doesn't exist, right? That's not a crazy argument to make. It's not. That's not absurd. They make sure that their own people get hired by these companies, get put into positions. They share information, and in return, they're never investigated, and they do whatever the fuck they want. And I know because I've talked to many of these people, and I happen to found myself inside this circle a long time ago, unfortunately. And when you talk to these people, the level of arrogance is insurmountable. They will say things to you like, I have a FISA warrant on anybody I want. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. And that's true, they do. They do whatever they want to do. Absolutely. And nobody ever investigates them or indicts them. Never ever. Never ever, in fact. Now, whether they say that in the literal sense or it's just within the confines of hypothetical arrogance, this is how these people think. They live segregate to all of us. They know things, see things, and live a lifestyle that the rest of us do not. Which is crazy because it creates an in-culture, an in-class of people that know things they can't talk about to other people, and they ultimately end up dating each other, being friends with each other, because they kind of lose contact with the rest of the world because they know things you will never know. And they begin to act superior, and that's an epidemic problem within the system, and I know that it is because I've talked to them many times, and that's how it is. Back to visual transference. Do you think this occurs only when you're awake? You'd be wrong. You'd be fooling yourself. Also when you're sleeping. If you're targeted by an intelligence agency, by a military intelligence operator who is monitoring your brain waves, yes, it's true, with advanced AI, drone, cellular tower device, and satellite technology, they can also see on screen what you're thinking of while you're sleeping at night and dreaming. I have another episode on this, and it's going to be called REM transference or REM viewing, because you can be viewed in a sleep state. Which means ultimately, if this ever becomes commercial, you'll be able to buy a device someday that can record your dreams, so you can play them back and watch an AI interpretation of what happened while you sleep. The problem is, because of the weaponization of this technology, that's probably not going to happen, at least anytime soon. And that's probably why, despite this technology existing, doctors, physicians, and surgeons cannot communicate subconsciously through this technology with a coma patient to see where they hurt. If they're still cognizant at all and have brain life left in them, if they're still thinking, if they're still hearing you, if they're still dreaming. You could do this with this military access program technology, but they're never fucking ever going to let society have it because they use it as a goddamn weapon. And that's a fact. Am I stirring you yet? This is all absolutely true, and I absolutely fucking promise you that it is. It certainly is. Okay, so you use the auditory transference of what people are about to say, along with the visual transference of what people are thinking at the moment, to create what's called an individual who is on camera. There's no real digital or film camera pointing at him, but you can see everything that they're thinking they're about to do, that they do, where they are, or some interpretation thereof. Do you see how valuable of a tool this new AI technology is? It's amazing, right? I don't know, maybe commercially someday you'll be able to talk to your fucking pets. Nonetheless, they'll never share it with you because they're abusing it as a weapon. They're using it against folks, hundreds of thousands of people, maybe millions, I don't know. And I'm going to make a bold prediction right now. I'm going to stop this to make a bold prediction. The New Jersey drones, pay attention to this part. The drones flying over New Jersey and elsewhere, I mean, they were lit up ridiculous for a reason, you know. Usually places like the United States, their secret access program drone technology is undetectable. They were lit up so everybody could see, so purposely everyone would look up. That's probably why they weren't engaged. Now, they weren't sniffing nuclear material. I can promise you they were sniffing you. Viewing everything you do, everything you think. Absolutely. I know for an absolute fact. Now, here's my bold prediction, and if I'm wrong, I will apologize. But keep an eye on the area of the affected folks. Within 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, you're probably going to see a suspect in a mass shooting coming from that infected area, that affected area. Because what happens is when military access program operators and intelligence operators use this technology on citizens and humans, they find that some can audibly hear the transmissions that come directly to them. And when they detect those folks that are sensitive to it, they stay on them. They stay on them, and they stay on them, and they stay on them, and they study them, they bother them, they fucking harass them, and they pump that shit into them non-stop. And that is a fact. I hate to be the one to break it to you. That's true. 1, 2 years, 3 years is the time it takes in psychological warfare, to break somebody down and drive them absolutely motherfucking insane. So if somebody commits some kind of mass homicide out of that area, you can bet that from the day it began to occur until the day this event happened, somebody, some operator was harassing and bothering that individual non-stop until they broke and they went out and did something absolutely fucking crazy. So keep an eye out for that. You heard it here first. I can't say that it's going to happen, and I certainly hope that it does not, because I absolutely don't like terrorism. In fact, during the time I was in the Army, I was trained to kill terrorists. I came out wrong. I've been trained to not like terrorists, and I certainly don't like people who like to harm others. Now, visual transference. There's another way in which visual transference is used commonly. These drones and AI technology can lock onto your optic nerve, okay? And what this does is, what you see can be read by AI technology within the transmissions occurring in your optic nerve system to produce a picture for their camera. You never thought you'd hear something like this today, did you?